Okay, the next topic is corolla and its forms. Okay, so corolla is the second most whorl of the flower, and it's present just above the calyx. So the corolla, it can be free, polypetalis. Remember, the free sepals were polysepalous and the few sepals were gamosepalous. So when the corolla is free, it's polypetalis, and when it's fused, it's gamopetalis. Okay, so in polypetalous corolla, all the petals are free in origin, and in gamopetalous corolla, the united and free portion remains as a corolla tube. And the corolla lobes, okay. The junction of the tube and the lobe is the throat. The shape and size of the corolla in plants, they are different from different species, and we can classify them into the regular or the irregular form. Now this image shows you what is the corolla composed of. It's composed of a limb and a claw. Okay. So you have your regular and your irregular forms. Then from the regular and irregular forms, there are free petals and there are fused ones. Okay. Gamopetalis. Okay. So you have polypetalis and you have gamopetalis. Then out of polypetalis and gamopetalis, you have regular forms and irregular forms. Okay. Even the gamopetalis, you will have regular form and irregular form. Okay. So I hope you understand. We started with corolla. There were two types, polypetalis and gamopetalis. Then polypetalis has regular and irregular form, and gamopetalis has again regular and irregular form. Okay, let's look at the first one, the polypetalis corolla and the subheading of the regular forms. Under regular, you have cruciform, rosaceous, carophyllaceous, three types. Okay, in the regular form, you have three types: rosaceous, there, carophyllaceous, and the cruciform. In the irregular form, you have only one, the papilionaceous. Okay, the cruciform, it appears like a cross. Okay, and the rosaceous, they alternate within each other, one within, one without, and one odd one is outside. Okay, now let's look in detail. And the irregular form is the sweet pea type. You have your standard, your wings, and your keel. Remember, we've already shown you. Let's look at the cruciform. Here the petals appear as a cross. Okay, like a cross. Example that it is found is in the cruciferous family, means the mustard family. All the mustard family plants have the cross form of the petals. Okay, cruciform. Crucify, no, we crucified Jesus, like that. Okay, rosaceous, they don't have claws, the petals, they only have the limbs. Okay, remember the image of the shape of the petal was the claw and the limb. Here, what is it? Yeah, claw and the limb. Here they don't have claw, they have only the limb, and they expand outwards. Okay, and the odd petal is anterior in position. So we find this in the rosaceous family, like the rose. Carophyllaceous, there are 5 free petals where the claw and the limbs are perpendicular to each other. Okay, means the claw and the limb, carophyllaceous is the claw and the limb, they are at 90 degrees to each other. Okay, this is at 90 degrees to each other, perpendicular. So we find this in the Carophyllaceae family, that is your dianthus. Okay. Then the irregular form is the papilionaceous type. You have 5 types. It looks like a butterfly. The posterior, the biggest one is a vexillum. The anterior ones is the carene, and the 2 lateral petals that are known as the alae. Okay, so you have the standard or vexillum, the carry or wings, or the alae or the keel. They are in the pea family. So we are done with polypetalis. Now let's look at the gamopetalis form. In the gamopetalis also you'll have the regular and the irregular form. The regular, you have the tubular, campanulate, infundibulum, hypocrateria, rotate, urceolate, and the irregular you have there. Better think from the image, no girls? Irregular, you have the ligulate, bilabiate, and the personate. Regular, we have the tubular, hypocrateria, infundibulum, rotate, campanulate, and urceolate. Let's look at them in detail, and then again we will see the image. Then the tubular one is when the corolla tube is cylindrical, okay, and the limbs, they don't expand. It is found in your sunflower family, that is a Compositae family, okay. So again I am reminding you, it is like a tube like this. Remember the disc floret and the ray florets? If you look at the disc floret, the small flowers inside, it is like a tube, okay, done. Now next is the campanulate. Corolla tube is rounded towards the base and widened upwards, looking like a bell shape, okay. It is narrow down, then it will widen up and will look like a bell. Example, physalis. Infundibulum, they are like an inverted funnel. No, remember fundibulum means funnel, okay, inverted funnel. Example is datura. Then hypocrateriform. The corolla appears like a salver. Salver means like a tray with a long and slender corolla tube and corolla limb at right angle, okay, like this tube and a tray, okay, like you're holding a tray. Example is vinca rosea. Then rotate is like a wheel, okay, with a shorter corolla tube and the limbs at the right angles. Example, solanarium melongena. And urceolate, it's like an urn, no, it's enlarged towards the middle and towards the base, and the tip, it will be a little bit small, like an urn shape, urceolate. So let's look again. Tubular in the sunflower, we're talking about the ray floret. Hypocrateriform. Then your infundibulum is your funnel, right? Rotate is upside down funnel. Then urceolate is like an urn, and then campanulate, I forgot. Bell shape appearance, okay. Then looking at the irregular form, you have the ligulate, then bilabiate, remember the lips, and personate. Let's look at the ligulate. It appears as a strap shape. It consists of 5 petals united to form a short tube at the base, like a strap, okay, strap shape. This one, the petal, like a long strap, like this, like strap shape, ligulate. So 5 petals united to form a short corolla tube at the base, and it splits in one side, becomes flattened like a strap, okay, like your watch strap is flat, no? So this one example is marigold, okay, the ray florets of marigold. So tubular is a disc and the ligulate is the only talking about the ray floret, okay. Next, bilabiate, remember it appears as a 2-lip structure, TWOLIPS, lips, with the upper posterior and lower anterior part of the lip. Then example is your delphinium. Then personate, it looks like a mask. It resembles the shape of a bilabiate flower. Both the limbs are held together, due to which the mouth is closed. The lower lip closing refers to as a palate, okay. Example is snapdragon. Is there any image? We didn't see any image, no. Personate, no, we didn't see. Just think that it's like a face, no, like a mask, okay, like a mask. And it becomes like a lower lip is closing on top of the mask, like this, no. So what was the example? I have forgotten. Snapdragon. Okay, so the functions of the corolla is to protect the inner parts of the flower like the gynosium and androsium. Then it is to undergo pollination, because the calyx, sorry, not the calyx, the corolla, they have those nectariferous, nectariferous tubules, and in there the nectar is present, and also they perform the function of the storage of nectar. Okay, so because the corolla, it is so beautiful, it will attract the bees for pollination, and then it protects the reproductive parts from damage, the environmental damage, so protection, and then it stores nectar, so it performs a function of storage. Done.